Hello everyone, Aegon here. Take number 3. Just trying to start a good intro. Spawn as the Soviet player, we have Zoro SAS. Spawn the UKF player, we have Erstenstein. Spawning as our dual austere, we have Myth and Rico. Looks like we do got an early doctrine lock in the Festung support doctrine. It looks like we got Tier 2 play. Oh, way out the corner. So he's going to, now he's able to run out and reinforce, get the last couple guys. Allows a bit faster mobility out in the field. His ally got dealt a bad starting position, being in the way back. It'd be much better if he's right here or this spawning position. This is the worst spawning position. But his opponent also got dealt the worst spawning position also. So it's quite even on that aspect. We got MG42 in this house. They did beat the infantry section. Infantry section is trying to dance around the corners, forcing him to reposition. But nope, looks like he'll get instantly would have gotten instantly pinned at that range. Conscripts do get hit by the AoE suppression. Looks like straight into a Maxim here. Well, after a conscript anyway, it's not straight. So his ally went for Vickers, not a big surprise. Ooh, I just realized how much damage on that squad. And he's now researching the building, so he will get some medics, and they will be healed up by the time next battle. At least I was first thing now is tank hunters, but that is London at least. Hospital doctrines. I don't really see mobile defense being all too great in this urban environment. Mechanized assault could be quite good. Still, the new Shogi rework. She never really played around with it. To me, it just seems like a weaker Brumbar. We got a mortar team coming on out. Or one. The other Austere player has not decided anything just yet. Looks like he's probably going to tech up. Nope, getting a mortar team himself. You are going to see a sniper coming on out. 55 caliber sniper. Don't really see me. The 55 caliber sniper, I don't really build it all too often. I tried it out. I'm not really a fan of the 55 caliber sniper. It doesn't have the response time as the, well, when using it as like the Soviet sniper team or the Austere sniper team. Oh, sniper. Ooh, using incendiaries on infantry? That's a bit overkill and really not worth it. Maxim will reposition to the other window and then we'll suppress that team. We'll say just ran out of incendiary ammo. Really big waste. No need to use incendiary ammo upon infantry squads. Just save that for the vehicles. And plus, what is it? 30 munitions? Only 15. So it's not a huge investment trying to go for that. 2 grenadiers are out for the sniper. Probably should start trying to picking them away, both the aim time. Oh, he has to be very careful. That guy's going to be revealed in open ground very soon unless he gets behind the cover. No, he retreats it back. Be better safe than sorry. Which for something that expensive. But it means a problem. It's been out on the field, been revealed, and it's done absolutely nothing. We got some engineers, perhaps for a mortar pit. I honestly would see a mortar pit being much more effective than... Ooh, flamethrower. I honestly will see a flamethrower be much more effective than a sniper on this map. I mean, these city urban maps are just artillery fests. I see potential doctrines. Mobile assault, I can see special weapons. Crocodile wouldn't be half bad. Hold the line is pretty good. Concentrated fire, not so much since there's no OKW. Tactical support, always reasonable. Or at least it's been, the artillery cover has been nerfed. I think it's in a good position. Never actually tried the new artillery cover, or seen it actually. Then again, I've only played about 20 games since the new patch. 20 games is actually not a half bad amount, but it usually involves a 3v3 where somebody leaves. Mostly due to the, it seems like bug splat seems a bit more often. You have the artillery designator, which is very interesting, seeing he has the sniper, which can also do the same thing without the upgrade. However, this does mean he has a bit more durable squad than the fragile sniper to do that. but only one medic is a bit of a problem. You can always leech off the Soviet medics. If you had a USF teammate, you can always put a rear echelon inside the ambulance and let the medics stay outside his allies' base. I've done that a couple times. A lot of people are like, that's strange, but very interesting. Mortars from both sides, chipping a bit of damage. Yeah, the sniper just got his first kill. He has hold fire on. He's assuming there's going to be Austere counter sniper very soon, which is highly possible. He's got to be very careful. He can pick off to one member and then quickly fall back. Ooh, lost the engineer squad somewhere.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Starting to rebuild that. He has enough manpower for a mortar pit, so he's definitely was eyeing for a mortar pit. I would say a good spot for mortar pits right here. Behind a lot of cover, very forward enough to do a lot of damage. Two MGs, it is quite possible because there's a lot of windows. So 2 MGs actually is quite reasonable. Looks like we got a Molotov. Very nice use of the Molotovs. Cheap, disposable bottles filled with gasoline. Cost 15 munitions. Should cost fuel. Nah, that would be stupid. For this game sense, but more realistically, it should cost fuel. Imagine if it just cost 5 fuel. I'm not sure if that would be good or bad. The Soviets don't really have any good non-doctrinal munition sinks anyway. Because we do got a doctrine locked in, the shock rifle frontline tactics, which will of course have the incendiary, which is a very good option. KV-8, very good option. IS-2, always reasonable. Ooh, nice grenade. That was a wait. He has actually a grenades research. Yes, he did. I wasn't really paying attention. I was looking at the doctrine and wait. They got a mortar half track. Looks like he has chosen his allies. Wait. Looks like his team actually finally chose a doctrine. The mechanized assault. His ally already locked this one, getting the mortar half tracks quite early. Mortar half tracks are very good, expensive in fuel, however. We got a grenade coming forward, but oh, he does manage to get the squad wipe. And what was that? They were blocking each other, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then they move to the same. Like, if you meet two people going in a hallway, one person tries to get out with the other person, but they all go to both same way, both same way, both same way, both same way. We got the 55 caliber sniper. He make it. He could have got a hit, but negligible, really. Multiple MGs in buildings, not a big surprise. I had a bit of a manpower flow. He can go for another mortar half track. Oh, this I believe was his. Oh wait, no, he lost it. This was his mortar, or maybe this was his. Either way, both the opponent's mortars were down based from the grenades of the UKF player. Half track, definitely calling it flame half track. It's a little bit. No, he just spent munitions. This is purely for reinforcement half track. Ooh, incendiary barrage coming forward. Here. There's a bit of scatter, so he could easily hit his own teammate in the building. And that was largely not worth. That was quite a bit of munitions for something he could just do a quick retreat and sustain minimum losses. You got some shock troops coming out. Shock troops. While overall they're a bit overpriced for the dude, the smoke grenades will really come in handy versus all of these buildings. I would like to see a pack gun or two from this player. He has a lot of manpower stacked up. Looks like he's not going. He has plenty of fuel to go to tier 2, build a building. By the time that's all done, he can get out Ostwind or Panzer IV or Stug. His teammate looks like is just now building the support armor corps. Oh, To me, I would say Ostwind. Panzer IV would probably be the best option, but the Ostwind can be very good at this point. He has plenty of manpower to. Well, he doesn't have even tier 2, so He can't get a pack. Personally, I like to use Oswins to use packs for defense. Oswins are actually quite decent versus infantry, especially if you have hull down. But this guy does not have hull down. He could invest. Ooh, there are a couple caches now out. 2 fuel caches for the Axis, 1 fuel cache for the Allies. Quick burst from the MG. He's going to throw out smoke, but the supporting fire will. Ooh, that could have been bad. He needs to retrieve that back. Something to note that about the suppression: units firing upon units that are suppressed but not receiving like MG suppression will not come out of suppression. There's a very small ambient suppression from regular rifle fire, which helps prevent the suppression from wearing off in middle combat. You got a T-70 coming out the way. T-70 is probably a very good option. There's only 1 dedicated anti-tank, and that would be 1 pack. You have another half-track, mortar half-track coming out. Ooh, 1 burst in this squad could go completely down. Well, 1 more. Yeah, 1 more burst and they all would have died. Better take those as the Soviet medics. We got this half track. He does have enough munitions right now for the flame projectors. And I think flame projectors would be pretty good, but their opponent's been falling back quite a bit. A lot of their units are in the back of the base. We do got the 6-pounder, so we do have an AT gun. He built the support armor, but he didn't. And I know he has now have plenty for Panzer IV, but he chose to get another mortar half track. That's very questionable. You got this T-70 coming forward. Of course, with its weakening gun versus vehicles, it's actually much better versus infantry than vehicles. You got a Panzerfaust coming through, which will damage the engine, but it does have engineers by to repair that engine. You have to be very careful. Oh, but mortar's going to come in. Actually, I'm not exactly sure when they remove the crits. It seems all largely off of random. Sometimes it seems like at full health they do it. Sometimes it seems instantly they remove the crit. I think it may be a random algorithm, and you just really got lucky right there. Ooh, the Soviet mortar is very low on men. There it goes. It gets decrewed. The conscripts can always recapture it. You got a Stug coming forward. Wants to get some AT. One of his a lot of his units. Ooh, losing the Vickers. Wait, he's moving this individual member forward. Either that's a mistake or he's just trying to get to the half track. Where is that half track? The half track's way over here. That is definitely a mistake. Yes, he's starting to treat the squad back now. Oh, there's a command bunker actually. I saw that earlier. Never really connected the dots. We got the half track receiving some fire, but due to the smaller target size, you can roll some missiles from the T-70, which it did. We got the Stug now throwing a couple shots into it. 1 shot, ends dead. Ooh, gets a nice 3 kills, maybe one of those from Maxim, before it goes down. We still got a couple MGs, a lot of MGs still in these buildings. But once a KV-8 starts rolling up, those buildings are good as dead. But he's very far from the fuel. Looks like his teammate did get a fuel cache of his own. Just 2 fuel versus 2 fuel. Rico has a very good army composition. 2 Grands, Panzer Grand, 2 Pioneers, 2 MGs, 2 Mortars, and 1 pack. Personally, I always believe groups of 2 is a magic number for things to get done. I don't really like sending individual units out I, s- while this can be considered blobbing, I like to send my groups of infantry out in, well, groups of two, and usually they perform the similar role. Such as two grenadiers, two panzergrens. To me, two is that magic number. Personally, I consider three or four is starting to consider a blob. So it all depends how you control the units. If it's three units using cover and effectively advancing at once while using cover and not A moving everywhere, I don't consider that a blob. But if it's like just using A move everywhere, then yes, that's a blob. Looks like various units are pinned down here. Do got a Cromwell now out with the Observer. Mortar half tracks. One. Ooh, just got the Vet 2. Looks like decrewed that entire mortar. Incendiary is now been used. Incendiary can be quite good. The 55 caliber sniper does displace that MG. He's missing something. It just seems like he's lacking a lot. Oh, he has a 1,000 manpower. He needs to get another engineer squad and invest into 2 mortar pits. Or a couple packs. Oh, a pack and a mortar pit. He needs to get a couple mortar pits. There's nothing... I mean, the mortar half tracks will still have trouble taking on mortar pits because they're both so resilient. Losing his medics entirely to the flamethrower, that's not exactly good. Huge amount of manpower float from both sides. We do have land mattresses soon will be available, but in order to support that, since he's using fuel, he needs to go get a couple packs. There's a nice flank on the Maxim. Armo's going pushing forward. He may get the kill on one of these mortar half tracks. It's very valuable killing off one of these things because those things are very annoying to deal with. He can just stay behind the line of sight cut blocker and perhaps he can get 1 or 2 shots, but there's smoke from this wreckage, so most likely not. Ooh, Panzerfaust. Incoming Panzerfaust. Yes, he will get the Panzerfaust out. He should just continue rolling forward to maintain the distance. We got a Stug now coming forward. We do got... This Cromwell is probably good as dead. The pack does in fact miss, or was it a Stug? Ooh, quite a number of squads missing. He lost 2 Grenadier squads actually in his pack. So he never had a pack at that point. There's a 6 pounder here. The damage gun, the short gun does mean quite a bit. SAA sniper does get a... Damn it, Magpie. Why do you have to convince me that's called SAS Sniper? I've been trying to avoid that and I just screwed up then. Got assault over here. And all these players just have so much manpower. I usually have always a trouble. I always spend my manpower into something unless I don't think I need anything. Sniper's going to line up a shot.
Land mattress artillery on the way.
Does have a land... Wait, no, now available. He can get a... Actually, he has enough resources to get 3. But he could stand to have a Firefly. I would like to see a Firefly before he gets anything else. 5-man squads really does help, with especially to minimize the number of squads you need. You got a KV-8 now out. Now all these buildings are burned. They need more anti-tank now at the moment. The KV-8 is a very heavy investment, but very effective. Ooh, very effective versus all these infantry units and garrisons. Does have hammer tactics. I would imagine Anvil would be a little bit better. Is he going to prioritize the pack? Yes, he's going to fire a burst on the pack. He probably will get one more shot off. Using the target weak point, does get the stun, but just as he gets decrewed, Stug's moving forward. We do got a Incendiary barrage from the Soviet player. Main gun destroyed. There's nothing here. Why did he use incendiaries on a tank? You never use incendiary on tanks. The heaviest thing you probably use it on is a Stuart. Even then, it takes a very long time. Looks like this building may be burnt to death by the artillery. Nope. Just managed to stay up. This building, however, is now ablaze. We got another MG42 coming to this building. Very good hardpoint. And he could always invest in 2 mortar pits. Or the land mattress. What he needs a land mattress. He needs the Firefly, really. Firefly is a very good option. He also has a decent amount of munitions, and he can sink that all into tulips. So I would safely say Firefly would be is his best option. But of course, you need 55 fuel, so he is approaching that. And with his additional manpower, he can invest into a couple mortar pits instead of the land matches for the time being. You got a Gammon. Doesn't get anything, however. Trying to come in for a couple Piet shots. Does get 1 hit. Not sure if it's 1 or 2 Piets. Oh, he has a flamethrower, so only 1 Piet. Looks like the Panther destroyed his own structure right there. Or maybe it was a mortar. It was definitely friendly fire. Looks like something's down a Flammenwerfer on a shock troop. Oh, that's going to be nasty. Smokes in. You can tack force fire ground to burn that squad. Six-pounder is being pushed back by the Panzer IV. Will not get a shot off. This is why I would assume Anvil would be a bit better. He used the artillery barrage from one of his squads, and he could have got the airburst rounds. And the Churchill's not half bad. It's great versus austere forces, since you hardly ever see Panthers. It will beat Panzer IVs, no problem. It's about a 25% chance they can win against a Panther, 75% chance the Panther will win. But it's resilient enough that you can always support with a nearby AT gun for days. Or weeks. Months. Looks like he's getting hit by that MG42. Sometimes when you attack buildings, it can be a bit awkward, especially a very long building. Looks like we are seeing a comet. I would disagree with that, and as I stated before, I would much rather see a Firefly at this point.
A squad of pioneers has arrived.
Oh, looks like that flamethrower was from his Pioneer. And right here, could have been a grenade, could have been a mortar. I don't think they actually have mortars on this side.
Racing up there.
There was one Soviet mortar, if I remember correctly. Comet's now out. He can invest into a land mattress or a couple mortar pits.
Ready to go.
There you go, we got the land mattress. A bit blobby, but when you bring all your troops off from the front back line to up the front, it's going to be blobbish looking. All these units are not at vet. Well, this unit's not even vet 1. You could just stick behind the cover, use the first aid kits, get fully healed up, or try to at least get some bandages in, put some bandages on their wounds. Throws a grenade over the cover. It's very nice. Does throw out a rifle grenade of his opponent. He could have moved out of the way if he was a little bit quicker, but. Sniper picking away at the garrison. You got the Comet now moving forward.
His artillery unit has been sent to the battle.
You can get another land matches if he so desired. I would like, if he gets another land match, I would like to see another 6-pounder. Try and get the sniper. With only one squad of medics, he has to be very careful. He can always enlist the aid of his allies' medic. He's going to run straight into the S minefield. And each mine does 40 damage, so hitting 2 will cause... Oh, ouch. If he thinks there's going to be more, he has a flamethrower. He can force fire the ground and destroy them like that. Ooh, getting hit by all the mortars. 1 mortar half track, 2 mortars. Land matches. Did they change land matches? That seems like it's firing slower. Either way, if it's fired slower, that's probably a bit better anyways. It's getting quite a bit of damage done. The crew 1, I think you destroyed the bunker with that. Doesn't get the fuel cache. You got this mortar coming forward. That did quite a bit of damage to the weapon. Remember, now if the weapon gets destroyed, it gets destroyed. The weapon could down before the crew members. So now enables counter artillery to actually engage it. 6-pounders here. Looks like he will meet the tanks. Hands of Force trying to go for a flank, but won't run straight into the Comet. Panther's trying to move forward to help support. But of course... Oh, the rear armor showing. Don't want to show that. IS-2 now out on the field. Looks like Squad of Conscripts also just went down. The IS-2 is a heavy tank. It has just as much armor, frontal armor, as the King Tiger. The Shug looks like it will get cleaned up. The 6-pounder does in fact go down. Panzer IV does go down. IS-2 misses the Panzer IV, however, so he will escape to live another day. He should destroy that AT gun with these 2 guns. IS-2 and the King Tiger, or the Tiger, are in range of each other. We could see the crit shot on heavies. It will stun them. That's quite big. Able to stun a heavy tank with something like a sniper. Does lose that Grenadier squad. Ooh, nice hit by the Tiger. MG's in very good position. However, it does hit a line of sight blocker. Perhaps a couple riflemen is going to hit the squad. Nobody's manning the MG. Is slightly bugged. Nobody did that instantly anyways. These units need to be repaired. He has 2 combat engineers, but of course, like the Pioneers, they take forever to repair. Ooh, very nice hits. Land Mattress should be approaching off cooldown. Yes, it is actually off cooldown. He's just back at base, going to get the crew healed up. He could go for another Land Mattress. I would, as I said before, a Firefly would be a great option.
Anti-tank gun and crew now ready for action.
There we go. We do in fact see a Firefly. We also got another AT gun. You can always invest to a mortar pit for sustained indirect fire. Granted, at this point in the game... Oh, actually... There's only 1 mortar half-track still alive. No, both of them are dead. So he doesn't have to worry about incendiary rounds. We do got a huge amount of armor here. 2 Panthers, Tiger, Stug. We do have the IS-2 does get a nice flank. He's hitting the Tiger in the side armor. And the mortar team was decrewed. Throws a bundle upon the Brens, but they will get out of there, no problem. You got the land mattress now being set up. I'm not exactly sure where we could stop the barrage. In fact, it's not barraging. Setting up.
The Firefly is ready to give someone a bloody nose.
Firefly's now out. He could stand and have another squad of Pioneers for repairs and Piets. Looks like we got KV-8 coming out. KV-8, of course, will help burn these infantry alive. And burn the corpses. That was very morbid. Looks like initiating emergency war speeds on the Firefly. Interesting, but it can get the job done. War speed is now enabled. Six Pounder is in a very good position. It can help once the engagement starts moving. You can start coming forward and start hitting these units. The 6 Pounder is a very good AT gun. Though it does have a bit of trouble versus Panthers and heavier units. Looks not on the prioritized fire, and coming in for a flank on the IS-2. Firefly's taking a very wide flank. Third jam on the IS-2. This IS-2 may, in fact, well, probably will go down. There's 2 Panthers, Panther, Stug, Tiger on it. Tiger's going to fire one shot and finish it off. But we do got a nice flanking hit. IS-2 does go down. We got the Comet flanking on the Stug. The Stug probably should... Nope, dark weak points not just up. Ooh, nice flank by the Panther. Using emergency war speed, trying to get out of there. The turret rotation is becoming a problem. Say maintains maximum range. Oh, it does kill off the Panther. I think that was the Firefly, actually. And it was abandoned. He can repair that up and make it his own. In fact, he's going to grab it, get into the base now, and then repair it. Oh, nice! Use vehicle crew repair. I always forget about that ability. And he's repairing up all his vehicles, including his fresh new Panther. Ooh, nice grenade. He actually does have a significant amount of manpower. You can always throw out, if he generally knows where his opponent's going to start repairing up, you can always throw out the commandos and start wiping off the engineers. Light artillery barrage coming down on the Sherman, which is a very interesting choice. It looks like he's just going to mass Panzerfaust it, which will do a significant amount of damage. I don't think it'll take more than 3 Panzerfausts to take it out now, however. Looks like that squad's boated back here. Looks like he's trying to burn down that house. Nice Gammon. We'll get a couple models there. Looks like the land mattress will get decrewed. He could capture it and throw out a barrage somewhere. But he will definitely not get it back. He does capture it with a full health squad. He's going to try to steal it away. There's nothing on a flanking avenue to grab it. The Soviet ally has sustained quite a bit of losses. Could see a Molotov. No, he just used a Molotov. Does get instantly pinned at the close range. He has spotted the new fresh Panther, and he does have the Pinto mount for it. He can destroy the land mattress. Looks like he's going to just fire a barrage before he loses it. Does get a nice hit onto the model itself. Land mattress starts firing. He's going to take one more shot. There you go. It does in fact go down. Blind barrage does not get much. And ultimately a nice try. KV-8 burning out some MG. There's still some S-mines here. something. Decides to bring up its weak 45mm gun up. It's not going to do much. Oh, he actually got a penetrating hit? I've never seen that thing penetrate, really. 2 penetrating hits? What's actually the penetration rate on that? I don't think I've actually ever seen that thing penetrate more than once. I've seen it hit 222 and half tracks, but never seen it hit a penetrate twice into a king. Well, not to a king, into a tiger.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
They are losing supplies to the enemy. I was thinking about getting a Su-85, but it looks like we're going to just stick it out for 2 minutes to get enough fuel for the IS-2. That's probably a bit of a better option. Getting some more shock troops, he needs more infantry out. His teammate has enough fuel to get another Comet or a Firefly. But then again, he has 3 vehicles, so that's probably not advisable. He can go for a couple land matches, or for a couple mortar pits. Oh, you got a very stealthy MG42. Nobody suspects an MG42 would be facing directly into a rail car. He may want to invest. Well, he doesn't really need another set of engineers because he has vehicle crew repairs. But I'm sort of surprised if we don't see any tulips.
Trained and ready to go.
Another land match is now out on the field. But these Panthers, there's nothing much to deal with them at the moment. Their MG just slowly whittling away at the troops. Ooh, runs right in the S minefield. Could lose this one member. Nope. Tiger was hitting the full health unit and rolls a miss. We got an incendiary barrage coming down. Looks like the house is no longer smoking, so probably won't be caught on fire. This Panther's going to enter the wrong side of town. Almost getting killed. He needs a blitz. Oh, getting body blocked. Oh, rolls a miss. Body blocked some more. Tiger tank's now facing off the wrong angle. Getting a significant amount of damage on the Panther. Turret damage? Where on earth did that come from? Oh, no, that's not a Stug. Oh, the Stug's right over here. That's where it came from. Ooh, main gun destroyed on the Stug, and does get killed off by the Panther. You got a pack gun coming out. That's probably quite reasonable with all the opposing armor they see. You got an IS-2 coming out. You may get roll a lucky hit. Nope, he does not. You don't see a pintle mount either. Probably might as well just save it up for incendiary barrage. Oh, it costs 60 munitions, so at the time he did have enough. It looks like Rico has left the game. Interesting choice to leave the game all of a sudden. Rico had a significant amount of force. Maybe it was a bug splat. Ooh. That was a... No, that was not the... Was that the... No, wait. What's the cooldown on that thing? And loses the Tiger to the... And sniper. But man, so I hate to break your bubble. This guy is an AI. But I'm just a bit confused. What caused that slowed engine? Was that the sniper? Almost looked like that was the IS-2 that did that on a bounce around, but I thought if they removed all those crits based on bounce round. Lost the maximum to the mortars.
Guns has been silenced. The sector is at risk.
Rifle grenade coming forward onto the blob. No, that was not the blob. The AI is sending his tanks foolishly forward. You got running a bit into his allies' incendiary, but he decrew a lot of those support weapons. You got to assault forward with all these vehicles. This has been quite interesting how there's so many vehicles on this map. Usually I don't build that many vehicles personally on this map because it's just such tight and narrow, and this is exactly why I don't build that many vehicles on this map. This is a car pile up on in the middle of a town. Because these towns were not built for tanks; they're built for foot traffic. Really, not even for perhaps horse and buggy. This is why the city I live in has streets about this big and meant for cars. Hardly big enough, anyways, for cars.
Squad knocked out.
Ooh, lost a squad. Looks like the engineer squad did in fact go down.
100 points.
I was just checking my bitrate of my videos. Looks like it's not staying up as high as I wanted. Hopefully I've been having problems with the compression fracturing. That's what it's properly called. I can only think of it on the top of my head. It looks like the allies will win out with without an AI. This doctrine only really used for the half tracks. I didn't see anything else from the doctrine. He could have easily, if he wanted this unit, he could have gotten the spearhead doctrine, but if he may or may not have it, it costs either supply or real money. Which of course will have the mortar half track, and the Tiger tank probably would have been a bit of a better option. Maybe you wanted the artillery piece just to deal with any emplacements, which his opponent did not actually get built any. This game's ultimately over. The AI, of course, will build a 2-2 and another. Oh, this may be still the original. No, it's not the original. I think I remember time which is a tiger and a panther. You got Katusha coming out. That's probably a very good option. And of course, the AI is as brilliant as always. Send all of its builds like vehicles and send them to their deaths. It does have a captured 6-pounder. Rolls a bounce and somehow hits the frontal armor. Oh nope! It's It was attacking the MG. Oh, gotta love the AI. That's one reason why the game is trying to. They make it prioritize fire is always active on those weapons. Probably help prevent the AI from doing things like that. Hopefully, I can't really say. We got a Vet 3 Sherman Firefly, now does additional damage per shot. There goes the 222 to the big gun of a 17-pounder on a Sherman Firefly. It's actually what the gun they use in the Sherman Firefly, a 17-pounder, if I remember correctly. And this weapon, how they fitted the weapon in this turret, is quite a bit funny. They're trying to figure out how to put this giant weapon in there, but they didn't want to redesign the turret because you have to make another factory line for different turrets. It's better if you can somehow use the original turret. It'd be much cheaper. And so they were trying to figure out how to get the gun in there, but they just couldn't figure it out how. And then when the engineers had a brilliant idea, when he's on the toilet, of course, that's where your best thinking ever happens, is to turn the gun upside down to get inside the turret, and voila, that's how the Sherman Firefly was born. Those are gamma bomb does come out on the pack. The United States never adopted the Sherman Firefly. The large fact it was not an American gun, and they didn't trust the British gun. This is coming forward. Let's have one more volley. Could hit these pioneers, or 2 more volleys. I forget if fires and volleys of 4, not volleys of 3, or 3 volleys, not 4 volleys. Yes. You got the Panther in, commentating now, cruising on forward. Panzer Grenadiers at point blank won't do crap against the armor. Something obvious, I know. But this replay is pretty much over. Using medical supplies on these pioneers. Good timing for it, but it's too late in the game for that. Did these guys ever? This guy actually never got a medical bunker. This guy did. Not the other guy. I always remember seeing something strange. I just couldn't figure out what. Let's throw out a grenade from the Comet. Decrease the pack, and they're trying to get the Panther, or he's trying to get the Panther anyways. It's one person. I just always forget 2 different faction tanks is possible. Personally, I would like to see the abandoned vehicle mechanic removed from the game, because, oh, this guy goes in for a very expert flank, kills multiple tanks, oh, he's going to lose the Panther. Abandoned. He just gave, after going through all that effort, he gives him a free tank. Looks like it's going to throw out another grenade, and dead. No, not dead. Dead. And there we go, that's the end of the game. This is Aegon saying thank you for watching, and signing off.